Hi, everybody. And this is our first time doing a collaboration and first time using new software and everything. So I hope it all goes fine. It's World Health Day. So we're here to talk about the theme for World Health Day, which is our health, our planet, our health. So it's really looking at the focus is looking to keep humans and the planet healthy and foster a movement to create societies focused on well-being. And with both myself and Kirsty in the wellness business, we thought we'd have a chat and about how it influences our work. So my name is Nikkie Windsor. I am the founder of Jungle Goddess. I'm a gut health and nutrition coach, and I guide people to healthy eating habits and lifestyle behaviors that improve gut health and overall well-being. And Kirsty?
Yes, so I am founder of Kinetic Coaching and Nutrition, primarily even fitness-based at the moment, but also working towards the nutrition side. And yeah, we just thought it'd be a good day for us to get together and chat about how the theme is alive in our businesses and what we sort of look to do with our clients and how to help them promote well-being through both the fitness and nutrition side and how much it crosses over as well.
So yeah, definitely. So to kickstart it off, we thought we'd talk about, you know, what lifestyle habits and eating habits have the biggest negative impact on our health and that of the planet, and discuss some changes that we would like to encourage people to make in their own eating and lifestyle habits. So, I mean, kicking off, we were having a little chat earlier. And one of the things that came up was the overwhelming information that's on the internet around health and well-being. So, I mean, it's great in one way because we've got a place where we can go and do our own research, especially since during lockdown we had such limited access to doctors. But I think there's a bit of a danger in so much information because I find there's a lot of conflicting advice out there. What about you, Kirsty?
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of self-professed experts. Fake news is huge. There's lots of things. There's lots of ways for you to lose weight or have a healthier lifestyle. And putting lemon juice in your coffee every morning isn't really the only thing that you need to be doing, and not particularly enjoyable either. So yeah, people will say, oh, look at me, I've lost 10 pounds, all you need to do is this, follow me. But there's not real fact behind it, and I think that's a big thing as well. You know, it's what's real news and what's fake news, and trying to help people to understand that just because it's on the internet it doesn't necessarily mean it's true, or that they didn't also run 5 miles every day for their cardio.
Yeah, and that's right. I mean, I was chatting with someone who was following my healthy habits that I did during January, and she'd been cutting out sugar. But one of the things that she was finding was getting lots of headaches and just no energy. And it's like, basically she was cutting out sugar and cutting out fat to try and lose weight. And it's like, well, you're on a keto style diet. So you're cutting out carbs, which is where your energy is coming from, and you're cutting out fat, which is the basis of keto, is you derive your energy from fat. So if you don't have fat, you don't have carbs, then where are you getting your energy from? And this is this trends of diets that I'm finding. It's like keto. Another one that I find is FODMAP, low FODMAP diets have become trends. And where they're very useful for people under certain circumstances, they're not a general diet to be putting out there. I think it's respecting that we're individuals and we need to tailor our solution to our own particular needs.
Yeah, definitely. Funny you mentioned FODMAP. Actually, a lot of people I talk to don't know what it is. So the fact that it's becoming trendy is quite strange. But I learned that I was intolerant to gluten through doing low FODMAP and trying to, people around me were saying, "Oh, I'm going to do that." And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine, but you have to do it strict. You have to have a certain grams, and it's over 3 days." Blah, blah. And they're like, "Oh, a bit much that, isn't it?" And I was like, "Well, if you want to get a result and you want to find out that information, yeah, you have to stick to it and you have to follow what the plan is about. It's not about, oh, just cut all these things out and you'll feel better and then we'll call that a FODMAP plan." Which, like you say, when it becomes a trend, that tends to be what happens, isn't it?
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't realise is FODMAPs are prebiotics. They feed the gut microbiome. So the gut microbiome is so valuable to our health in so many different ways. It affects the immune system. It affects the gut-brain connection, so it has an impact on mental health, has an impact on our immunity. So if you're cutting out all of those FODMAPs, which most of them are prebiotics, they are food for the gut microbiome, then you're having an impact on that. And there are people who it is beneficial to, but if you're just doing it because you think it might help, and it's like, well, you cut out onions and garlic and that, but there's so many different, there's pages of foods that have FODMAPs in them. So it's like, as you say, it's a whole process to go through and determine what it is you're sensitive to. And it's elimination diet is one of my primary programs, and that's 3 or 4 weeks really you need to spend eliminating stuff, and it's a big commitment. I think people don't understand that commitment and are quite resistant to going down that route.
Yeah, definitely. And quick fixes are all over social media, which is, again, another thing we talked about, the impact of social media. I've got clients who are making so much progress in their gym journey, or their, how it's affecting their mental health in a positive way, that they leave the gym feeling amazing, and then they go online and see stuff and they're just, and whether it's I don't know, being told they've got to wear a filter, or seeing people wearing next to nothing but not understanding that they're all photoshopped and they're paid to look that way. And then suddenly that confidence that went up is just dragged back down again. And it's and I did do a post on it the other day about just look at who you're following on social media, and do they really have value? Are they factual? Do they make you feel better about yourself or worse about yourself? And if there's no positive there, then really, why do you send your energy that way?
Definitely. I did a video on YouTube last year about this, what you consume, because what you consume is not limited to what you eat. It is what you put on your skin. It is what you read in the paper, what you watch on TV. Even that self-dialogue that you have going on in your head, and when that's negative, then it has a negative impact on your health. So it is really taking a step back and looking, right, okay, what am I taking in here, and how accurate is it? Yeah,
definitely. And I think another thing is that not reinventing the wheel either, just do basic things, take the stairs instead of the lift, all the things that you hear all the time, but do you really put them into practice? You don't have to suddenly cut out carbs or cut out 500 calories from your diet every day. Just walk instead of taking the bus. Take the stairs instead of the lift. Just be a bit more mindful before you order a takeaway. Could you actually just make a curry pretty quick? And it's little changes like that can make such a big difference.
And awareness. It's like, look on the back of the packet and see what's in the ingredients. Try and eat food that resembles its natural form as much as possible. There's so many additives, sugars and foods that cause and aggravate health problems. So it's like, it's becoming a lot more aware, and that with the theme on the planet is like be more aware of where your food is coming from. It's like, how far has it come? It's one of the things we talked about earlier, is like the nutritional value of food. If you're buying broccoli that has traveled 500 miles, has been sat in a warehouse for a week before it comes out to the store and then gets to your plate, it could be a few weeks before it's actually getting eaten by you. Or are you picking it from your garden? The nutritional value is going to change. So it's what you were telling me earlier was about buying frozen foods, frozen fruits and vegetables, because of having a better idea of where your nutrition is coming from in your food.
Yeah, definitely. And like we said, when you slice the veg and the oxygen hits it, you start to lose nutrition. So people think, oh, well, at least I've bought carrot battens because then I'll eat my carrots. Well, in those circumstances, you are sometimes better buying the frozen, because it's paused that bit where the nutrition is going. So there's definite ways to eat healthier and conveniently. And to go back to what you're saying about packets, I eat a lot of stir fries, and I looked at a stir fry sauce the other day and it was 69% sugar, and I just was like, that's what people, just by reading that label, people don't think about that, when you really could just make that out of some lemon juice and some herbs and spices that are probably in your cupboard anyway. And just little things. Making in batches as well. I never just cook for one portion. Always get your slow cooker and your pressure cooker are your best friend, aren't they? Get a big batch going, freeze it up. Always have something in the freezer, so on those days where you think I can't be bothered, I'm just going to get a curry, it's curry or a Chinese, whatever takeaway. No, just grab the one that's in your freezer that you prepared for that moment, and then you're still getting a good nutritious meal, but it's not taking you all the time of prepping.
Exactly. I was talking to my client, one of my clients last night, and saying about, well, you do a dinner, but I was talking about a dish that I had made. I'd made a dressing, a cilantro and lime dressing. And I'm like, right, well, that dressing I used to begin with on this piece of cod with some red rice and some zucchini. I overdid the red rice. So the next day I made a red rice salad for my lunch, and I still had plenty of that dressing left over. So I added some yogurt into that dressing, and I had shrimp tacos. And it's like that thinking ahead of let's make it once and then make that extra, and then I can apply it to different meals. Yeah, and it definitely saves you time.
Yeah, 100%. And like you say, it's almost, maybe it's just me because I love my food, but it's almost like an accomplishment that you just did that one task and, oh, look, it's given again.
Yeah, and it's not about eating the same thing over and over again, It's like, I cook up a big batch of black beans, for example, and I divide it up. I'll freeze some, and I know I can pull that out and blend it up and make a black bean dip. I can mix some with some mango and some salsa type ingredients and have myself a black bean and mango salsa. I can throw it into a chili and make a black bean chili. And then I could make some black bean burgers and freeze them. And then they're easy meals to get out. So all of a sudden I've got 4 different meals there, from cooking up one batch of beans in the pressure cooker.
Yeah, definitely. And there's just a lot of ways to eat the same food, isn't there? Like you say, and it's cheaper. Everything's going up now. So buy a big pack of chicken or a bigger tub of something, and you can freeze some. You can cook and then freeze some. So that's literally ready to pull out and put in your fajitas or a wrap or something for your lunch. Just thinking ahead and making those little changes. Better for your health and save money, which is winner these days.
Well, that's my video that came out on Tuesday, was all about healthy eating on a budget, because healthy eating, it is more expensive, but there are ways to make it cheaper. And it's finding out what those things, and a lot of it is just about being more conscious of what you're buying and your usage of it, because, you know, have a think about it. You know, people need to think, how much food are they throwing away? Because food waste is such a big thing. There's tons and tons of food are thrown away each year. Well, we start looking at that ourselves. It's money out. It's money down the drain if we're in it.
Yeah.
And it's finding out, right, okay, what can I do? Simple things like, if you've got leftovers and you know you're not going to eat it in the next couple of days, freeze it. Because otherwise it gets lost in the back of the fridge and starts getting furry growth on it. And then you're like, oh, got to put it into the bin and it's wasted. Put it into the fridge, into the freezer. And like you said, you've got an easy meal on a late night if you've worked late, or you're thinking about getting a curry.
Yeah, definitely. Or throw it in a curry. Make up everything that you think you might not use, chop it, chuck it in a pan with some curry paste or spices or some lemon juice and chicken, and then freeze it as a ready meal, as a takeaway ready to pull out again. And same with veg. You know, my mum always says, oh, I'll buy broccoli and then I can't eat a whole one before it goes off. And I was like, well, just freeze it as it is, and you can literally pull it out on the day you want to use it. Freeze the stalks and, you know, either blend them into a soup or just steam them from frozen.
Make a vegetable stock.
Yeah, exactly. Just anything you can do that avoids waste, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, for you, what would be like your top, if you had a top tip for people to improve their habits, what would it be?
Start small. Like I say, just things like taking the stairs. Think about when you go to read something, is it factual? Is it helpful? Is it where you should be putting your energy? Talk with friends. You might find that actually a few of you want to go out, but I don't know, maybe you don't feel comfortable in the evenings on your own, and you could get a group of you doing something together, so it's sociable as well. But yeah, just don't reinvent the wheel. Just make little habits every day, and then gradually they will become normal, and then you'll be able to build new habits on top of them, and smaller changes will just keep building up, like almost like a pyramid, until you think, oh, actually I'm suddenly meal prepping every Sunday or planning, and I know exactly what I need to buy. And don't go to the supermarket hungry. Definitely, that's the worst thing.
Go with a list.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, mine, it's being more aware of what's in your food. It's being conscious. It's like those reducing sugar, reducing refined carbs. It's like stop eating white rice, white bread, white pasta, and switch over to your whole grains. Move, you know, do some exercise, you know, at least walk 3 to 30 minutes a day. If that's all you do, but it's like it's get some, we live such a sedentary lifestyle nowadays. And it's get outside. Again, we are inside so much. And become more conscious of where your food is coming from. You know, what are you eating? Does it have pesticides on it? Has it got antibiotics in it? You know, a lot of, you know, is it intensively farmed? If you're a meat eater, then maybe start trying to do one more plant-based meal a week, or 2 more plant-based meals a week. But yeah, make small changes, like you said, and build on it. Get some successes behind you, because that motivates you forward. So, and my big one is lasting healthy habits. You know, it's not about these quick fixes, like you said earlier. It's not about losing weight as such. Think of it more long term, because what happens when you've lost that weight? What then? You know, think about, you know, having more energy, being more better able to sleep, being more alert, having clearer focus.
Yeah, focusing on the
And decide how is it you want to feel going forward in the long term.
Yeah, definitely. Making it, like you say, it's a journey and a lifestyle change. It's not just on holiday in 3 weeks' time. So I'm just gonna not drink and not really eat too much, and I'm gonna come back. It's done then, isn't it? You know, it is just like you say, those lifestyle changes that are gonna improve so many different areas of your lifestyle. Your mind, you know, mental benefits of eating better and moving more and exercising more. And I think as well is starting young. You know, if you've got children around you, get them involved in cooking and understanding things. I run a class on a Saturday where you can bring your children to train with you. And yeah, it's really fun, but I'm also asking them what muscles are they using, or do they understand how to lunge, and talking about there's an education there. And then I'll say, right, next week I want you to come back and tell me how many times you've used that. And you know, it's just encouraging good habits from an early age so that it's just normal to eat well and move more and be active.
Yeah, definitely. Well, this time has gone by really quickly. I've really enjoyed us talking together. If you're watching on replay, do put a hashtag replay in the comments. And if you've got any questions that you want to drop to us, then Kirsty and I will be happy to answer any of them. Or if you want to learn more about what we do, then do get in touch.
Yeah, thank you for
thanks, Kirsty.
Now. Yeah, it's been nice to chat. First collaboration of many, hopefully.
Yep, hopefully. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. And yeah, time out.
Thanks, guys.